Hey, Warriors, thank you so much for calling in to our very first Warriors of Wealth call for our summer session of 2016. Goddesses, Adoni, are you ready? I'm ready. The beauty of owning your own direct sales business is that the hours you work are flexible. You can work when you want to work. And when the kids are out of school and the beach is calling your name, that is a blessing. The hours are flexible, but the truth is the hours aren't optional. If you want to stay in business, you must work your business. So just remember that like a garden, your business needs TLC all summer long. It needs sun, it needs water, it needs weeding. You need to plan for success. You need to take action and do more of what works and less of what doesn't. So if you neglect your business over the summer, come the fall, you have a bank account that has nothing in it and a party calendar that's empty. And I don't want that for you. So sometimes it benefits us to go back to the basics in order to build a successful summer. So let's provide the sunlight, right, that our business needs so that it has energy. So here's the sunlight that you need to shine on your business right now. Look at the next 100 days of your life. When do you want to work this summer? What days are you willing to commit to doing your summer parties? If you don't want to do any Saturdays, you don't have to. So you're going to work Fridays and Sundays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, whatever it is. Get those dates written down in your calendar or on a spreadsheet. You don't want to work every weekend? Fine. Work every other weekend. Do one Friday, 2 Saturdays, 1 Sunday, and then the next weekend don't do any parties. So that way you have parties and you have playtime because it's summer and you deserve it. But you need to know when you're going to work. Regardless of when you're going to work, you need to know when. So get those dates written down in your calendar or on a spreadsheet. You need an open date sheet. And now the watering part. When you're a gardener, you can't just hope that it rains so that your plants get water. You have to actively get out there and pick up a hose and water your garden. Otherwise, all your plants start to die. When it comes to your business, you have to pick up the phone and text, call, Facebook. You have to make contact with your favorite clients and offer them summer parties. It's not their job to reach out to you. It's your job to reach out to them. So, you have services that you provide. You have parties. You have awesome products. You have a great business opportunity. It's up to you to reach out. So a simple, you're saying, well, what the heck do I say? It's easy. A simple, hey, Marie, new products have arrived, and I was thinking about you. That's how you open the conversation. And then you listen. Oh, gee, thanks for thinking of me. I have great new products to show. There's this new product called the Womanizer that you absolutely have to have. I would love to do a party for you and your friends this summer. What do you think? It's truly that easy. Once you get those parties on the books, that's when hostess coaching becomes essential to nourish your business. And just like gardening, you have to pick up the hose. You can't just rely on your hostesses to do everything to make your party a success. It's your business. You need to make sure that you are nourishing your business. So it's always essential to hostess coach, but in the summer, you have to step up your game. And through this WOW series, you will learn some great information about hostess coaching. And I'd like to suggest that you also overbook. If you want to do 4 parties a month in the summer, book 6 to 8. It's like when I plant my morning glories, I plant 80 seeds and hopefully 40 will come up. It's the same thing with your parties. You need to do a little more booking so that way if you get a cancellation, you don't end up in a panic. Your summer doesn't unravel and fall apart. And if you don't want to do those extra parties after you meet your financial goals, hey, you can give them to a team member. Or you could keep them and make more money than you anticipated. It's up to you. Just that's one of my key ingredients for a great summer is to overbook. And then the weeding part is next. Weeding means getting rid of that which does not serve you or steals your precious energy and resources. And I think that the worst weeds in direct sales are the ones that grow in our own minds. You need to remove the I can'ts and those negative thoughts that will hold you back from growing. You have beauty to share in this world, and summer is a time when you can truly show your beautiful, vibrant colors. I want you to experience success. I want your money trees and your passion flowers to grow big and strong. That is why Athena offers you the Summer Warriors of Wealth program and all those summer incentives to inspire you to be the best business owner that you can be. So please, use the Summer Wow program, use the Facebook community, and get yourself an accountability partner to provide you with the support that you'll need to stay on course and not fly off the rails. I want you to flourish, to feel in control of your schedule, and also to experience the joy that the money that you make will bring. You will be going on fun vacations with your family this summer, right? I mean, even if it's a day trip or the trip to Disney, you know, you're going to take that fun time with your family. Your Athena's business can provide the cash flow so that you can go. And, you know, some of you, you know, you're going to use that money to continue paying down your debt so that you can have a debt-free life. Some of you will choose to save some of that money for the expenses of back to school, which are honestly less than 100 days away. Whatever you spend your money on, you get the luxury of making full-time money and part-time hours with Athena's. You get to sell products that you love that change people's lives, and you also get to be part of summer celebrations. You get to provide education and entertainment by the pool, on the deck, around the campfire, and during backyard barbecues, and that's awesome. Your clients love you because you bring more joy to their lives, and you have more joy to bring. The summer product line is awesome. You have a monumental reason to reach out to all your past clients and hostesses. The tea tree cream, awesome, keeps mosquitoes away. Sweet Tart Pheromone Body Spray, amazing to keep chilled in a cooler at the beach. Splash, great to wash sand out of your crack. And, of course, there's the amazing new toys, Making Waves, Toy Soldier, Game Changer, and, of course, the Womanizer. You have incredible new products to showcase, so it's time to get out there and do it. My dream for all of you is to see you in September at the Stadium Theater, to see you all feeling accomplished and successful, that you ran your business effectively, and that your money-making momentum continues. So I envision the Summer Warriors just cheering at the Stadium Theater, like giving this huge cheer that raises the roof when they learn about the new product that they'll earn for free just for achieving their spoils of war from the summer. You can have it all. You can have fun, you can have freedom, and you can have financial security this summer. Are you ready to begin? Ooh, it's time. I would like to acknowledge you for being here, for being committed, for taking the time to benefit yourself and to bring the best of you to your hostesses and your clients. And I love that you're dedicated to this business and that you're dedicated to your family and providing this incredible experience for them. Remember, your kids, if you have kids, they're watching you, and they see what you're doing. They see how hard you work. And they also love, you know, the great experiences that your businesses provide. So I'm going to give you some special code words throughout this call, so listen carefully, stick around. You know that the code words let us know that you were here, and they go towards your spoils of war. And your first code word is beautiful. Your first code word is the word beautiful. All right, I challenge you to close out of your Facebook and your emails and really listen to this call. Remember that when you're multitasking while you're learning, you really don't absorb anything that the teacher is saying. So if you're going to invest the 30 minutes to listen, really listen. And now I get to hand over the call and introduce you to a brand new guest speaker and teacher and coach for this session of WOW. Her name is Michelle Archer, and she is a seasoned speaker with 25 years of expertise in direct sales. She was raised in a direct sales household, and that is what she has chosen to do with her life. Michelle draws on the unique blend of her field and corporate experiences to deliver a workshop that will resonate with you. And, audiences can tell instantly that she's walked the talk, that this is truly her life's passion. She's here to help you get the results that you want and need to make your life and business as rewarding as possible. So, warriors, let me introduce you to Michelle Archer.
Welcome to Athena's Summer Boot Camp Session 1. We're going to review why, vision, goals. So let's just dive right in. This is Michelle Archer. I am so excited to be your facilitator for this particular WOW session. We're going to talk primarily about the sales piece of the direct selling business. One of my favorite quotes is, "Where there is no vision, the people will perish." I heard it from stage probably 20-something years ago, and it really struck me. What is my vision? Do I have a strong vision? Is it strong enough to carry me through? Anytime I'm working with a coaching client, a team leader, or even a company that's falling short of benchmarks and targets, we go back and we reset the vision. We have to remember why we began in the first place. Without good, strong vision, dreams perish and goals perish. We will absolutely sacrifice the important for the urgent every time, especially when we're not clear on what it is we're doing and why we're doing it, right? It is the vision that keeps us moving forward in the right direction. We're entering the summer months, and for you parents, there are plenty of distractions out there for you. Focus is more important this time of year, really, than any other. I love this definition of vision. I wanted to start off with you all this evening with vision is a vivid, imaginative conception or anticipation. It isn't a hope. It isn't a wish. It isn't something we think about and stick away and wait and see if it happens. We work with anticipation of it coming true to fruition when it is vivid in this way. We can almost taste it. We can smell it. We can feel it. We know what it's going to look like. That's the kind of vision that we're going to talk about in this particular session. All vision begins with your why. Now, you may be new to Athena's. You may not have even really thought about this yet, but your why is more than the money you hope to make or the bills that you hope to pay with it. There is a reason that you chose this company. There's a mission and a purpose in it for you, or you wouldn't be here. Even if you thought you chose this company because it was fun, there's a reason that this looked like fun to you instead of selling cookware or candles, for example. There's something about this product line, this company, this founder that resonated with you on a deeper level. You may be so new that you haven't had time to think about it, as I mentioned. Perhaps for some of you that have been in the business a little bit longer, it's to take shape for you. It's about empowering others or strengthening relationships and connections. The more you can get in touch with your motivating factor, the more successful you'll be long term, because it's this true purpose that gets us on the phone when we don't feel like it. That's what keeps us going when it feels a little bit less than fun, and we all have days that it feels less than fun. There are always those days where it kind of feels like a job a little bit. If we're not sure on what we're building, what we're working towards, the difference we make, those hard days can absolutely derail us. Let's start our why exploration with a little story time, shall we? So I ask you the question, what is your story? Maybe you haven't thought about it. If you could write your future story, what would it look like? Sometimes we get so stuck in where we are that we can't see where we could be or where we could be going or maybe even where we're heading. So what are the things that you would change about your current lifestyle, maybe subtract, and what are the things that you would add? What would you accomplish within this company, within your life, and what would you be known for? What would your business need to look like to create that story? And here's the fun thing. When the future is concerned, it's your future, and the pen is absolutely in your hands. Sometimes we abdicate that power. We hand that away and let others dictate our future and our business, and sometimes we can feel a little at the mercy of others. The pen's in your hand and you get to decide. So let's walk through really establishing a strong vision. We'll start with vision board, and this may be a concept that you're familiar with. I will tell you in all confidence that vision board is often done and often done poorly. actually. It ends up being a collection of stuff, of trinkets and trappings that we think we should aspire to or that hold merit for others that might impress our dad, right? A good vision board, a vision board that's going to work for you, is a pictorial representation of your why. And it can have anything on it that you desire. It doesn't matter if it even makes sense to anybody else. So let's take a look at that. Here's the interesting thing about vision board. And if you Google search, people love to blog about how vision boards don't make a difference. I'm here to tell you it absolutely makes a difference for a couple of reasons. One is where it helps us focus. So it isn't magic. We can't create it, stick it in a drawer, and take no action and expect results, right? It's not a little magic genie lamp that we rub. We have to keep it in front of us, almost like that GPS. So psychologists tell us about the RAS, the reticular activating system. It determines what we notice. And so a great example is if you're looking at cars, you're thinking about buying a new car, and you kind of get your heart set on a red, I don't know, Mercedes, let's say. All of a sudden, everywhere you go and everywhere you look, you are going to see red Mercedes everywhere. It's not that they weren't there before, it's that you weren't looking for them. So Vision Board helps us to engage this, and suddenly, everywhere we look, there are reinforcements of the direction that we're heading in. Our mind picks up on what's relevant to us, and we made it relevant because we focused on it in our vision board. It also activates the law of attraction. We absolutely get what we put out there. If that's competence and joy and passion and purpose or desperation and worry, it washes off of us. That's the law of attraction, and your vision board will focus you more on where you're going than where you may be today. And finally, it overwrites negative programming. We all have it. Those are the should, can't, couldn't, never, won't, all of those words that really don't help us out all that much. The vision board really is the ultimate positive affirmation, and it raises your standards and your expectations of what your life and your business and your success looks like. That's why I'm so big on them. I start every coaching session or every coaching package, I guess, that I complete with a client with vision board. It's the very first session that we hold is basically what I'm walking you through in this session here. So let's take a look at what a vision board might look like if you've never done one before. The question really I want you to focus on is, what does your dream life look like to you? And you can put anything on here. Normally I go through these with clients and we go picture by picture and they tell me what that represents. So is it a nest egg? Is it a dream home? Is it more time with family? Is it being able to stay home with family? Is it more beach time or travel trips, health goals? Up here in the right-hand corner of this particular vision board is an airline seat, a first-class airline seat. And the client who shared this with me, I said, oh, would you like to travel more? What does that represent? And he said, no, I want to be able to travel first class everywhere I go. I want to make enough money that I can always travel first class. And I said, great, let's get started on this, right? So it can be anything that makes you happy, that brings you joy, that you aspire to. It can be a car that you're in love with, not necessarily the stuff, but the things that make you feel successful and bring you joy. Your vision board really is your mission statement, your life's purpose, that dream life that you're building in a snapshot. And we're going to keep it in front of us so we remember where we're going and we remember why we started. And what's so great about vision, this can be very hard, by the way. This session can be difficult because there's some commitment involved. We've got to name things. We have to take ownership of things, and that can be a little bit scary if we've never been taught to do that before. What's so great about vision is that it grows, and every vision board you do is a stepping stone to the next level of vision. It's like if you've ever hiked, you hike up so far, and all you can see is as far as you can see, right? When you get up a little bit farther, then the vista changes. It becomes more panoramic. Finally, at the top, you can see, 360 degrees all around you, and vision is just like that. So I really, really encourage you to do this exercise. It's going to be so great for you. And when you look back on this board in a year, you're going to think, I can't believe I thought that was hard. It's so funny when I look back on vision boards from 15 or 20 or 25 years ago. The things that I see as possible now are completely different, a world away. I also want you to give some thought to what does it cost for me to live this life? What does it cost for me to fly first class everywhere I go? How much money do I have to make more than I'm making now for me to be able to do that? When I work with clients, we talk about your rock star figure. We talk about thriving, not surviving. And we have a tendency to really shoot low, to think about what I need, right? It's not any fun to tread water. So I want to encourage you to dream really, really big. Put things on this sheet that seem crazy to you now. You don't have to do them in the next 90 days or the next year or even the next 5 years. Again, we're focusing on our ultimate direction. Okay, we've given some thought to what it is we might like in our dream life and maybe what it costs, what we need to make that a reality. So let's really look at just setting some goals, taking those dreams, those hopes and aspirations, and distilling them into a goal, something tangible that we can focus on. So a great acronym for goals is SMART. I think sometimes we get confused and we think dreams are goals, and without a little bit of structure underneath them, it is just a little bit of a dream, right? It may or may not happen, but we have the power to make things happen in our lives and in our businesses if we're just a little bit strategic. So SMART goals may or may not be familiar with this one: specific, measurable, attainable, real, and time bound. So let's talk about that a little bit. I always say pick the little that gets you the big, right? There's so many things that we can focus on. You all have a number of 2016 incentives and contests and things that you can earn. It can be a little bit distracting in and of itself. What is it that I want to focus on? What is it that I want to accomplish? So look for the little things that bring you the big things. Right now, you're part of this program, WOW, and the goal in front of you is $6,000 in sales May through August. So I would encourage you to really get focused on that. It's going to bring you other great things, particularly your summer selling season will set up your fall success. And very often, because the summer is very distracting and the beach is kind of fun and the pool's calling, we fall off the wagon a little bit, if you will, during the summer months. And so then we're having to start from a standstill in fall, and fall is a lucrative selling season. So we may have a level of success, but we don't have the success that we could because we didn't keep things churning through the summer months. So I'm going to work with the $6,000 figure for you in this particular session one. I encourage you to find your rock star figure. If 6,000 doesn't make your heart palpitate a little bit, then you need to set your goal higher than that. And what I'm going to teach you works with any figure that you choose. All right, so let's talk about specific. Is this specific? Yes, it's the WOW goal. We know exactly what it is. We know exactly who we are. We know exactly who we're working with, right? Is it measurable? Yes, $6,000. Easy enough. Is it attainable? Of course it is. And I'll caveat this here. Attainable doesn't mean easy. I'll quote my grandmother at this point. Very few things that come easily are actually worth having. It is the things that we work for that mean so much and that are so much sweeter and so much more rewarding in the long run. Have you made it real? How do you make it real? And I'll tell you, this is a very, very important part of it. Until it's real for you and very tangible, it's going to be more difficult for you to accomplish. So I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, when I ran my field business, I had a consultant. Our company was doing a Disney trip. And I think there was about a year to earn that. She had tried. And so she was down to the wire of the last month that she could begin qualification for that Disney trip. And we were talking about making it real. And I said, it really has to be real. So real that there is no option but success. And we talked and we brainstormed. And finally she said, I need to tell my children. I'm just going to tell my children that I'm taking them to Disneyland. So she called me back later, and I said, how did it go? And she said, oh, it's real, because now I can't fail. I have to make this happen. My boys are planning already what character breakfast they want to have. So make it real, even if it scares you. Make it real. Just a little bit. Time binding it is very important. We've got to have I don't want to use the word deadline, but we have to have a timeline on this. And I'll tell you where most people go wrong. I call it the balloon payment. So you have May, June, July, and August to achieve this $6,000 in sales. What we do too much of the time is we look at that entire period as our time frame, and it isn't. We really need to look at what did we accomplish in May, what do we need to accomplish in June, July, and August to make this a reality, and work fervently every month and turn it in as if it is the last day. I know we've got some guys with us, and if you're married, you can attest to this. Most women pack last minute. We can get more done the day before we leave for a trip. It's absolutely astounding. We can get 3 days worth of work and activities done in the 24 hours before we go on a trip. We need to work every month with that kind of energy and that kind of focus, right? The plane leaves at 6 a.m. Get packed. Now that we know where we're going, we know what we want, and we've been smart about it, let's take a look at creating an actionable plan around these SMART goals that we've created. And here's the thing, without a plan of action, our goals probably aren't going to come to fruition. It isn't enough. Good intentions are not enough, guys. We really have to have this action plan put in place so that we can achieve the success that we want, that we deserve. We need to take these dreams and we need to break them down into monthly, weekly, and daily plans. It doesn't have to be confining, it doesn't have to be rigid, it doesn't have to feel heavy, but we do need to know where to focus in a month, in a week, in a day, so that we can keep ourselves accountable and keep ourselves on track so that we don't end up with that balloon payment we were just talking about. So let's start with, where am I, right? If we're going to get anywhere, we have to figure out where we're leaving from. Takes a lot less time to get to California from, let's say, I don't know, Nevada than it does from, let's say, New York, right? It's really important where we're starting from. So look at what you've accomplished in May. You've still got a few days left to round this number out. Let's say, for example, you've had a $1,000 May. Congratulations. So that's where we're starting from. That's what we have under our belt already. Your WOW goal is the $6,000, of course. So how far from the goal are you? $5,000. Easy math. So easy even I can do it. So then we're going to break that down by our remaining months, June, July, and August. It's actually an average of 1667, but again, be smart. Summer can be a little bit tricky, depending on what part of the country you live in. July or August may not be as good. June's probably going to be pretty good for you. Your July may be okay. Your August may be your slow month. Here in the Southeast, July is our really slow month because we get out of school a little bit earlier than you do in the Northeast, for example. So I would pad my number a little bit. I cannot tell you how many people miss huge goals and huge trips and huge contests by, $16 because they just bare boned it. So add in a little bit of fluff there. I would encourage you with these figures to set a goal for yourself of $2,000. If you do $2,000 and $2,000 in June and July, and you end up needing less in August, great. You don't get penalized for exceeding the goal, right? And there's some other great things that you all can earn. I was looking through your contest PDF, and there's some amazing things. So take a look through there as you're picking your rock star figure, and take those other things into consideration. What else can you achieve here? So how do I get there? June, July, August, a monthly sales target. Again, we're going to go with the $2,000 figure, padding that just a little bit. How are we going to get there? Here would be my suggestion. You're going to hold 4 home parties a month at a minimum of $500 each, and there's an asterisk there to remind me to tell you, don't worry about it. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to teach you how to do it. We're going to talk about booking, and we're going to talk about upselling and getting to that $500 average. That's 1 per week, by the way. So it's not enough to say I'm going to hold 4 a month and then not monitor ourselves throughout the month and get to the 4th week of the month and panic, right? We want to heavily, heavily, heavily hostess coach any time of year, but particularly during the summer months. I'm going to teach you that as well. One-on-one shares, do not discount the power of that one-on-one time. We build such relationships when we're just having a one-on-one conversation with a client. We do a lot of recruiting there too as well, which I know you have a whole nother series going on about recruiting, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Reorder business. I think the summer naturally slows down just a little bit. And it gives us an opportunity to pay a little attention to our reorder business, which that's usually the piece of the puzzle that people neglect the worst in direct selling. And so summer gives us a great opportunity. Y'all have a really wide breadth of product. You have some great spa products and bath and body products as well, which I would encourage you not to discount, particularly this time of year when people need to get pool ready, beach ready, they're going on vacation, all of that. So working the reorder business very, very strongly during the summer months will make this a reality for you. All right. We are what we repeatedly do. That's Aristotle. We have to have a daily agenda, and the daily agenda needs to reflect our priorities, our why, our ambition, right? Our goals, the things that we're working towards. And sometimes it just simply doesn't. So important appointments, important calls, that all important ta-da list. And I say important because sometimes we don't know the difference between busy and productive. So everything that keeps you busy doesn't necessarily move you towards your goals and your dreams. I will submit to you that the world will not quit turning if there's dirty laundry, dirty dishes, or the lawn needs to be mowed, right? So we have to focus on those important things. The question to ask yourself is, does this book, does this sell, does this recruit? Does this fulfill any of my other priorities, family time, spiritual meditation, balance, all of those things? But we have to put those big rocks in first if we truly expect to get results out of our business. Have to put the big rocks in first. And sometimes that's hard because there are a lot of distractions in our busy, busy lives. All right, step 4, it's a biggie, one of the hardest ones. Really, really commit to your success, your action plan, your agenda. I love this quote. If you want to take the island, burn the boats. Too often we leave ourselves a way out, right? We leave that back door. Well, in case, or just, what if, whatever, we leave ourselves the out. And when we leave ourselves the exit, we accept defeat, we accept failure because we're creating an exit strategy for ourselves or creating a contingency plan for ourselves. I'm huge on mantras, and I like to print things out and post them everywhere. We all need to constantly feed our brains with positive messages and positive impulses. So no matter what is a big one for me, and no matter what means burn the boats. No matter what, this is happening, I am doing this and no one's going to stop me. And you need that level of commitment. When you put that kind of fuel behind your business, you won't believe the things that you can accomplish. We fail to accomplish what we say we want because we waffle in the middle. We don't burn the boats. So how do you really, really make a commitment? A couple of ways. When you successfully complete this program and sell the product to make your $6,000, you'll earn roughly $2,000. So I encourage you to spend it. Figure out where it's going to go. Where will that profit go? If it's bills, what bills? How much on each bill? How much in June? How much in July? How much in August? But here's the other thing. It can't be just about paying bills. That's the survive thing again. That's the treading water thing. So something fun. Be responsible. I get that. And incidentally, if $2,000 is a bare bones profit figure for you, if it's a drop in the bucket from your current situation, then you need to aim higher than that, because I want you to have a little bit of fun this summer too. It can be a small thing. It can be a day trip, a spa treatment for you, pedicure, something fun for the family, but make sure that there's a fun piece in there too. And share your goal with somebody. I'm going to encourage you to find an accountability partner, and I'll caveat that too. Don't pick somebody easy. Don't pick somebody who's going to let you slide. Pick somebody you want to impress is a great way to pick an accountability partner. Not your buddy, not the one you room with at the conference, not the one that you call on the way home from bad home shows, someone that you want to impress. You'll be better for them than you will be for your friends. So pick a strong accountability partner. And do be careful who you share with. Our family and our friends love us, but they may not get our industry, the direct selling industry. So when you confide in them and you share your goals and you share your plans and your dreams, they might not be supportive. They can kind of pop your balloon a little bit. So share wisely. Pick that great accountability partner and also share with your mentor. I encourage you to select an accountability partner who is not your mentor, because you're also going to share with them. That gives you a triad, a trio of support, the three of you all that way. So pick that partner, but do share wisely. All right, finally, step 5, take action, right? Sometimes difficult to do. So let's talk about, why is it difficult? It really boils down to good old-fashioned fear. At the end of the day, we don't take action, we procrastinate, we do other things, we do the busy work, we redesign flyers, we organize our office, all that fun stuff, we pin things to Pinterest, because really we are a little bit afraid. It's just fear. We fear failure, some of us, and some of us actually fear success. So I wanted to leave you with this thought, spend just a few minutes on it before we wrap up. Fear of failure. Many of us who are overachievers, who things seem to come easily to, we're poorly conditioned to fail. Women more than men, so my guys will have to bear with me here for a minute. Men, by and large, grow up in competitive sports, and so when we grow up in competitive sports, we understand what failure feels like. We experience it in minor ways. It may not feel minor at the time, but it's minor in the grand life scheme. So we understand that there's always next year, that we can improve, that it's not final, that we can try out for a different sport. By and large, women don't get this lesson early on. We also don't typically ask men out. One of the greatest gifts this business has to offer is to help you get out of your own way a little bit, get over this fear of failure, to learn that really we are failing forward every time. We're learning, we're growing, we're getting better. It's a little bit of that life wisdom, but it can be very, very scary. So I would encourage you to remember that success is built in the field, not in the lab. We have to try, we have to tweak, we have to learn what works and what doesn't work. I'm here to save you some of the skin knees along the way, but there will be some trial and error on your part. So look at everything as a work in progress. Conversely, some of us are really afraid of success, and this comes from I have to joke and say being raised with low expectations, but it comes from really not feeling worthy of it. Sometimes we're raised with a status quo, not to blame anybody's parents. We're raised with a status quo mentality that I just need X amount of dollars to pay the light bill, to do, whatever. And so we're comfortable maintaining that, maintaining the mediocrity, right? And rising above that can be scary to us. These thoughts don't pop through our head consciously. It's a subconscious thing almost. So I would encourage you to spend a little bit of time with that fear of failure, fear of success. These are the reasons that we procrastinate. It's why we make up excuses. It's why we have conversations with people in our head instead of actually picking up the phone and calling them or texting them and saying, hey, I've got a great new product I want to share with you, or, you're going to love XYZ, whatever, because we're either afraid of failing or we're afraid of being successful. Fear of success also manifests itself in picking the bare bones minimum goals. So don't let yourself do it. Don't settle for what you have to make the wow accomplishment. Aim a little bit higher, stretch yourself. It should feel scary, and that's okay. When it feels scary, we know that we're growing and we're getting better. Your business will thank you for it, and your life will thank you for it. Your future self will thank you for it. If you have children, the lessons they will learn by watching you persevere will change who they become as adults. There are so many amazing gifts of this industry. And I think possibly that is the greatest one, teaching your children those life lessons to move forward, even if you feel a little fearful. Move forward. So that's what I had for you in this session. We're going to recap with homework. I hope it's been helpful to you. Hope you've had a good time. Look forward to the rest of the sessions. So here's homework for session 1. First is create that vision board. Go ahead and create those monthly, weekly targets for your WOW goal of $6,000 based on where you are today, and pick that accountability partner plus your mentor. Reach out to them and say, I need you to keep me straight. I want to partner up with you. I'm really, really excited about this. I am committed to making this happen no matter what. I am burning the boats and going to make this happen this summer. Be sure to share your takeaways this week with your accountability partner and your mentor. I know that your founder wants to hear from you as well. Tune in next week. We'll be talking about the art of conversation, booking these appointments, everything you ever needed to know about booking. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Michelle. Here's what I loved about this call. She brought us to the basics, and I truly believe that whether you're brand new, coming out of the new community, or if you are a seasoned goddess or Adonis with a decade under your belt, you need to have a clear picture of what you're working towards and a measurable goal. You have to stop and think about these things because, sometimes when we're veterans, we get like in this mode of, I know what I'm doing, I don't need any of this, but truly we do. We absolutely need to keep learning. We absolutely need to keep revisiting the basics so that we have that super strong foundation to carry us through. And, the other thing is having that measurable goal. $6,000 in 4 months is doable. It's achievable. It's possible. And there are so many incentives that you can earn along the way as you reach this WOW goal. There are incentives for our new goddesses specifically, and there's also things for everyone to aim for. So may you all find joy in the journey this summer and decide to work your business, because when you work your business works. Our warrior community is full of successful people that chose to listen, to learn, to take action, and grow. And I know that there are more newbies than ever participating in this WOW program, and I want you to know that every single superstar in this company started right where you are. They chose to join, they chose to train, they chose to get out there and be brave and do their first parties, and they chose to continue learning so that they could create the success that they bask in when they receive those prizes, when they win those amazing keys to the $10,000 treasure box. You can have that too. And for those of you that are the veterans and the seasoned goddesses and Adoni, may you continue to reach your goals and enjoy the freedom of owning your own business. May the summer be your best ever. The spoils of war, they're here for the taking. The trips, the cash, the keys, the free products, the maid service. It's all here. It's all here. And I can't wait to see who takes their share. You know that your success means a great deal to me. That's why I continue to provide learning for you. And together, we inspire and change lives. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of Athena's. It's now time to give your code words and information out so that you can win an item from the new line, which you could add to your demo, use as a hostess incentive, or keep for your greedy little self. Fill out the Google Doc survey that was included in the email. Share your aha moment with me. I want to know what you thought of this call and what you learned, what you were reminded of. I want to hear it. You can find the Google Doc survey in the email that contained this webinar, and I also posted it in the WOW group. It's the first comment under the call. So click on the link, fill it out completely. Easy peasy. This will be counted as proof that you were here for your spoils of war, and will enter you to win the free item. In order to win the free item, you must fill out your form by midnight on Warrior Wednesday. So that way, you're in that drawing. We'll choose it tomorrow. You have until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, May 27th, to complete and submit the Google Doc. It's okay if you can't listen right away. I understand. So that's why we give you the flexibility. But if you want to win the prize, you got to listen on Wednesdays. So by submitting all this information, you receive the credit for calling in. And now here's the final code word you've been waiting for, and it's garden, G-A-R-D-E-N. The final code word is garden. Warriors, it's a new session. If you participated in the first session of 2016, this is your inspiration to continue on. I know a lot of you made tons of money. We had the biggest group of warriors reach the spoils of war ever since this program began. Wow. Warriors are strongest when they fight together. So if you're new, welcome. You have a whole community of warriors here to support you on your Athena's journey. And Michelle encouraged you to find a summer accountability partner. So head over to the war page and find one. And thanks so much to our guest speaker, Michelle. And to all of you that listened, I know that you're busy, and I appreciate you for taking the time to learn. Michelle will be back on June 1st with our second Warriors of Wealth call. And I'll see you in our WOW community, where I can't wait to be your biggest cheerleader and watch your garden grow. Good night, and God bless.